to First Take on a Monday. Thank you so much for hanging with us. Hope you all had a wonderful weekend. Max Kellerman, Stephen A. Smith are back, and so is Donovan McNabb. Full house today,
What's
just
up,
how I like it. How we
Let's
doing,
do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Wonderful
I
weekend.
heard there was something you wanted to talk about real fast.
I had a great weekend. Cowboys kind of ruined it.
Yeah.
But even before
pattern.
that, Bernard Hopkins, great job calling the fight. And I want to applaud you for your kindness. To watch that man sit there and talk about how he didn't get knocked out. It's like, Bernard, I love this brother. We go back more than 20 years. I've been begging him, more so Roy Jones, but to a lesser degree him, no more fighting. And I was happy that he said he's not going to fight anymore. You're 51. You're younger, that doesn't happen. But you're 51.
There's a reason that no one as old as him, or nearly as old as him, has ever won a fight like that. But he was a 2-to-1 favorite going in. The thing about a fighter when they get knocked out or hurt with a shot, they don't always know what happened. I've seen fights where a fighter's been knocked out, 10 count, out. And 2 minutes later, he's up talking about, what are you talking about? Why'd they stop the fight?
Yes.
Because that's the reason they were knocked out. They were rendered unconscious.
I know we got to move on. My problem was, you spoke to him about a half hour after the fight, and he was still sitting there saying,
I told him he was hit with a shot.
You did tell him. You were very, very kind.
This is a legend. Last fight. Donovan, I know you and Bernard in Philly had a little thing going on, right?
Leave it alone.
My mother said, if you ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say anything.
I like your mother. Wise words. All right, coming up later, speaking of L.A. guys, Hall of Fame running back Eric Dickerson will stop by. How does he see things changing for the Rams in the post-Jeff Fisher era? That's coming up a little bit later in the show, but we start with Sunday Night Football. Dak Prescott was back at it, completing 88.9% of his passes. That's the second highest completion percentage in a game in NFL history where a quarterback threw at least 30 times, and Dallas snapped Tampa Bay's 5-game win streak. Stephen A., is it time to finally be afraid of these Cowboys? Say it.
Yeah. They're starting.
You speak up. I don't think people can hear you. What'd you say?
I said yeah.
Yeah.
I said yeah. All right. I said yeah, y'all.
Say it with your chest, Stephen A.
I can't say it with my chest right now. I just can't do it. I can't do it
Never been one to mumble.
Well, these damn new braces ain't hurting me. I mean, they ain't helping me in that regard. That's what happens when you crack your tooth because you're grinding so much and eat sweets. But I paid the price. Here's the deal. Ezekiel Elliott is a beast. And the way this dude is running the football and the way this offensive line takes pride in blocking for this man, running the football, that combined with Dak Prescott's ability to avoid making mistakes is a plus. But then Rod Marinelli got these dudes on defense playing hard. Ain't the greatest defense in the world. Right. But they don't relent. They keep coming. And I watched Tampa last night. They came back. They were down 17-3, ultimately came back, tied to score at 20-20. I get all that. But I never felt like Tampa Bay was going to win this game. Because somehow, some way, the Dallas Cowboys give you the impression that when it's time to make a play, they're going to do it. Usually, I'm calling them the accident waiting to happen. The reason why all of this is news is because I've gotten myself to the point where I still believe they will lose. I'm not wavering from the fact that they will lose. But I think you're going to have to beat them. The only way they're going to beat themselves is if Jerry Jones messes it up and Tony Romo gets up in there. If not for that, you're going to have to beat them. They're not going to beat themselves.
See, I'm not scared of the Cowboys because I'm a Giants fan. Why would I be scared of the Cowboys? Beat them twice. 2 times. Only 2 losses this season, both to the Giants. If anything, the only thing to be worried about if you're a Giants fan is you got to beat them 3 times to get out of the NFC. That's tough to do to a divisional rival, and they were both close games. Here is, if you like Dallas now and you didn't before, they came up with a little pass rush, Donovan. They could bring a little pressure with 4, which is something new for them, which is what they need against the Giants if they face them, because that's the Giants' weakness on the offensive line. And Jameis didn't have a big game, but that's partly because of the pass rush. The offensive line is excellent. We've known it all season. And I think the scariest thing about them, Donovan, again, not as a Giants fan, but as a fan of every other team's fan should be a little scared, is that they're disciplined and young. Absolutely. They got the pep in their step, the fresh legs of youth, and somehow they have the discipline, particularly at the quarterback position, of veterans.
You know, it's funny because as a player, one thing you don't want to hear is when people start talking, basically saying, you guys need to lose one game before going into playoffs, just to kind of recalibrate things and refocus on the task at hand. I thought the loss to the Giants was the best thing that could have happened to the Dallas Cowboys. After that happened, I still kept the Dallas Cowboys #1 in the NFC because Seattle, to me, is so inconsistent on offense that I don't know if you can rely so much on Russell Wilson to do it all. Now, defensively, I mean, the communication is not the same. Obviously, Earl Thomas isn't there. They're not getting the pass rush consistently like they used to, but I think they'll turn it around. The thing about the Dallas Cowboys that stand out to me is the fact that they are balanced. They're very effective running the football. The play-action game plays so much of a big part in their offense that you got guys standing wide open. You watch a play that happened when Dunbar caught the ball on the right side of the field. Dak Prescott went through 4 reads. 3 of them are wide open. He skipped right past Jason Witten. He skipped right past Cole Beasley, and he went to his 4th read. Then he went to another play where Dez Bryant caught the ball in the middle of the football field where more guys were wide open. Now, you can do that offensively when you're able to run the football. They're relying on stopping the run, and guys are wide open in the passing game. And you have a quarterback that's so efficient that the chains continue to move and they put points on the board. Where defensively, Rob Marinelli doesn't have to blitz. He's running that same defense that made Lovie Smith very successful, that made guys like Herm Edwards very successful. He can go into that Tampa 2 and just let his 4 guys just rush the quarterback. Now, can they do that in the playoffs? That's the thing that I'm worried about. Can they do that in the playoffs if offensively they struggle a little bit in 3rd downs? If they're able to get things going in that regard and defensively they can take over, I think it's hard beating the Dallas Cowboys in the NFC.
Here's my deal. Tampa Bay comes back after reeling early. So what do? They come back. They tie the score 20-20. Next thing you know, Ezekiel Elliott scampers for a 42-yard run. These are the kind of things that concern me because of their running game and how potent it is. This dude, Ezekiel Elliott, and it was apropos that Emmitt Smith was in attendance, cheering him on the whole bit. I love the fact that he jumped into the Salvation Army Bowl. I thought that was real cool, and it's what I loved.
He was smart not to mess with that, too, after
It's the Salvation Army kettle, red Salvation
Army kettle. I'm sorry, but I'm just saying. You think about Salvation Army, you think about people being charitable or whatever. That brings a lot of attention to it. I thought it was a great move on his part. But I got to tell you something. This kid's ability to run the football is what broke Tampa's momentum. And that's the thing that resonates with me. Whatever we were expecting and anticipating from Tampa, with this kid Brate, who's pretty good, with Evans, who we know is a stud, they go out there and somehow, some way, Dallas's offense gets the ball and disrupts everything.
Well, except the Giants' defense now, and I bring up because all season long it's like Seattle. If someone's going to stop Dallas once they got rolling, it's Seattle. But now I look at the Giants, not only because they beat Dallas twice this year, both times, but Donovan, and it's not just because I'm a Giants fan, that defense is looking elite right now in consecutive weeks against Dallas and then against the Lions. And these are like offenses that have been potent at various points in this season.
But Stafford
they've given up. Okay, fine.
And that fumble really changed things.
They still have given up a grand total of 1 touchdown in those 2 weeks. And if you look at the formula right now for that team, for the Giants, it's dominant defense, just good enough offense with a weapon in Odell, a little slant, and that can take it 70, 80 yards to the house. Minus Odell, which is actually an extra dimension, an extra dynamic dimension for them, it's reminiscent of the way they've succeeded in recent years when they've been good as a wild card team.
Well, I mean, you can say that, but also the element of the turnover. You know, Eli pretty much threw 3 interceptions in that game if they would have caught the football. I mean, and that's the whole thing about the Giants. We could talk about their defense. We can talk about the pressure. Steve Spagnuolo has done a great job with those guys. They are playing well. There were opportunities missed in the Dallas game that I thought Dak Prescott probably will look back and get cleaned up. I'm sure they'll utilize Dez a little bit more when they on different routes. Now, he's not a route runner, so that means everyone else is going to have to elevate their game. But it's hard to beat a team 3 times in a row.
Yeah, that's the issue.
And the whole thing about it, and they're going to have to play in Dallas. Now, that's another issue that no one's really talking about, going in that dome. The way they play in that dome with running the football, also Dak Prescott protecting the football and being efficient, it says a lot about
Eli wins on the road in the playoffs. That's what he does.
At one time, Dallas was perceived as not really having a home field advantage.
Right.
But now that they've got this running game, it's changed everything.
Let's focus in on that. Perfect segue for me. Zeke taking care of business as well, putting up
To watch NFL regular season games right up to the Super Bowl and the postseason in real time and in high definition, you must install the HD streaming software from nfltv.msnfoxsports.org. You can follow the link below. Or you can directly type it in your browser. nfltv.msnfoxsports.org. This works on all devices and operating systems. Online TV streaming service by True Online TV and msnfoxsports.org, the internet leaders in direct satellite TV technology. You are seconds away from watching all the American football you want and so much more online. You can watch it on your PC, laptop, tablet, or mobile device. A single registration is all it takes to enjoy streaming this event on multiple devices. Let me repeat the website where you must register to avail this service. nfltv.msnfoxsports.org. You can click the link in the description area to visit this website.